to the Simply His Coffee Shop. Merry Christmas. It is the week of Christmas, and I hope that you have so many amazing plans with your family so that you can have some fun and festivities with your family. I know it is that time of year, and everybody loves to get to give gifts, receive gifts, all of the things, but it can also be extremely chaotic and stressful because I know some families have to go to like 5 different Christmases, and so it makes it pretty tricky. So we'll be praying for you and pray for your fellow people out there that have to wrangle the kids and the gifts and everything else for all of the family things that they have to go to. But we are going to be here today, and we're going to have Brittany Jackson again with us, and we're going to be answering some more Christmas type questions just for fun. We figured this would be a really easy, fun, get to know us and more of just a laid back atmosphere today. So let's have some fun.
Yeah, and we'll put the questions on the screen, and if you want to answer them too down in the comments, we'd like to hear your
Absolutely.
answers.
Really
too.
fun.
Yeah.
I love reading those comments.
I do too. They're really fun to go back through and see what other people are saying and what they have gotten out of
I
it,
would love that.
That would be
So
awesome.
go ahead and leave them down below, or you can send us a private message too if it's something more long that you don't want to share in a comment.
Yeah.
So.
But
Yeah,
that helps
send
us
us.
to get to know our audience. So we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love doing that. It's
That
so
is
much fun.
Okay, so for the first question, what is your favorite Christmas tradition that your family does? It can be like something your extended family does or your kids and your husband type of thing.
So this is a tradition that I kind of brought to my little immediate family with like Joe and stuff, and then we've done it with our kids. But my family always would read the Christmas story before we did anything, and then we would do our stockings, and then we would open our gifts and stuff. So we have kind of started doing that with our own family, so the kids all know that before they get their stockings or anything, we have to read the nativity story, the birth of Jesus and why we are celebrating Christmas. So that's been a really fun thing, and then we have certain traditions that on things that I put in their stockings and stuff too, and the kids always really enjoy that to see what they got. Because the stockings are fun and practical. So like for the older 2 girls, since they're teens and stuff, I'll put like replacement shaving heads for their shavers in there, and then I always put a toothbrush and toothpaste in there. So again, practical things. And then I'll put some candy or something in there, and then some other like little tiny jewelries, or like Becca likes the fake little fingernails that she can press on and stuff. So I'll do a combination of fun and practical in there.
That's cute.
So that's just one thing that we've always done.
I'll have to just divert back to the meal, because our tradition has always been mostly with our kids and our grandkids. And it has been a tradition to just make dinner one of the priorities of the day, not just the gift giving, but the time together.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
So we do it at Thanksgiving as well, but the Christmas dinner, although the food may be very much the same, the ambiance is different, because at Thanksgiving you have that moment where you're going to discuss what you're thankful for. But at Christmas, it's all the anticipation of the afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the kids,
Yeah, you're kind of trying to hurry
kids are a
up.
little hard to hold, at bay, but they're good. They've always been really.
No, they've been pretty
Wonderful.
good. I mean, they want to try to eat fast. Okay, is it time yet?
Yeah.
Can we go? How about now?
Yeah.
How about now? Kind of a thing. But because we'd always eat dinner at like noon-ish, between noon and 1, and then we'd go have the afternoon to do the gifts and the stockings and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then once we were done with that, eat more food of the leftovers,
Yeah.
and then everybody would start dispersing.
Yeah.
Right.
I think something that was funny last Christmas at Nita's house, we were all eating dinner, and at the ranch, they have what they call Pony Gulch, and they have like the mannequins that they're like animatronics or whatever. And there's 2 of them called Grandma and Grandpa.
Right.
And I don't know if this was on purpose, but one of them, the Grandma and Grandpa were in like the room next to where we were going to do all the presents. And I think Thomas and Becca, I don't even know if you guys know this, but I think they might have been trying to sneak off to go kind of like peel back wrapping paper kind of thing. And they come in to me and Dakota, and they're like, I just got so scared. I'm like, why? They're like, there's grandma and grandpa in there. And she's talking about the dolls. And we're like, well, they're watching you. So you better not go open those gifts. And they were so scared.
That's funny.
Maybe you
get
might need to
yourself
bring 'em out.
a mannequin or two
Yeah.
just to scare the grandkids. That's hilarious.
I had one of them that was in the house overlooking the banister.
Yes.
You know, looking down on the dining area. Allie, our oldest daughter, come walking through, did not know it was there.
Oh my goodness.
It about freaked her out because I had sent her back to the house to pick up something. We weren't at home at the time, and I said, "Go home and get this thing." And when she did not know. Coming in, you don't see it, but coming out, it's very distinguished. You
It
can
looks
see
like
this
a shadow up in
person
there.
up there. And this was the medicine man, so he has all. I mean, the guy, the snake oil salesman kind of guy, where he's all dressed in black. That's what the person who sells him calls him.
Sure.
We have different names for them, but. In any case, he still had his apparel of that on, and she did not know who is this guy standing up there in the balcony with this dark outfit.
Yeah, he almost
Yeah,
had
that
a
was
couple
scary.
of bullet holes
She
in
about
it.
pulled on him. Yeah, she about, but you know, she
It'd be a
got
good
past it.
drill.
I forgot to tell her, be aware I do have these mannequins.
The mannequins
not a
all over
person.
the house.
They are in a different place at the moment. I have redistributed them in a different place so that we'll put them
Well,
back
on
out.
a side note, speaking of
Yeah.
the mannequins, though, you have the Indian that plays the drums that Dennis had been working on. Every single time I go into the dining room, he always freaks me out because it's like, who's sitting? Oh, it's the Indian drummer guy.
Right.
So funny.
And I think it was like a year and a half ago now, maybe it was last year, Nita and Allie had filmed a dress update on all the dresses that our Skywatch family sent
Yes.
for the camps.
Right.
And we went up to the room to go film them, and somebody had put
In a
them all in
circle?
chairs in a circle, like playing cards kind of thing.
I wanted
And that
them
kind
to
of scared
visit.
me a little bit. When we come upstairs, like, oh,
That was me. I just wanted them to have time to visit. I mean,
Yeah.
you never know when we're not there what they might be doing.
it's kind of like a joke now, like almost like Toy Story. Like, yeah, what are they doing
Exactly.
when the room's gone?
Yeah, those are our Pony Gulch friends, and they all do have names, and I'll have to make a special episode to introduce those to you.
Oh
at
my
some
goodness,
point.
that would be a funny one.
That would
We'll
be
do
a
that.
good one. We'll have to do that in the spring.
We'll have to bring one of them on here and interview here at Simply His.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe
Well-
Grandma.
We'll figure it out.
That would be funny.
All right, here's another fun one that I think is kind of a debate. So it might be controversial, but do you prefer real or artificial Christmas trees?
Okay.
And what you prefer might be different than what you actually do, especially Catherine with little kids.
Yeah.
yeah.
But curious what you guys
Do you want to go
prefer.
first, or you want me to?
Go ahead.
Well, I have appreciation for both of them for different reasons. We used to do real ones, but then by the time they get Christmas Day, they're losing all their little.
Pine
no matter how
needles.
much you water them, they're going to just die on you. And you don't really see it coming, but you got all this mess that's under the tree that you got to clean up, and it's just a mess. Plus, you now have taken a beautiful tree, in my opinion. Now, people, if you do this, it's your business. I like the idea that if I use an artificial tree, then I'm not killing something that has purpose on the land.
Yeah.
Just saying, I like things to stay growing. Unless it's a kind of a thing that's dangerous to, like poison oak can go away. I have no mercy.
Yeah.
It can be gone.
Or thorn trees.
Yeah.
Anything that
Some of
brings
those
harm,
acacia trees.
That's a curse. But anything that's beautiful, let it grow. Get yourself, that way you can put it away, bring it back, and you don't have to go out. But then there's the tradition of going out with your children to get that.
Right.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
for some
understand
people,
that, too.
that's a tradition, is that they
Yeah.
pack everybody up
Yeah.
and they go to the Christmas tree farm or
Yeah.
wherever, and they actually pick their tree out together and then take it home.
Or some people cut them down together too
Yeah,
as like a
exactly.
family.
So, and I have seen all aspects of all of that. So I think my preference is I like the not real ones because they're less of a mess and they're
Yeah.
safer. They don't catch
Yeah.
fire. But that's just my opinion. That's just what I've developed over the years.
Yeah, we have started using, well, we've used for a while now actually, the fake ones too. But I do like the real ones, but like what she's saying, it's just so much more messy. And because Joe usually loves the holidays, it's like I usually have to pull teeth to not have the Christmas tree up before Halloween. So it's like, and a real tree is never gonna last that long. Like if you get a real tree, you almost have to get it like in December. You
Yeah.
can't even really put it up like right after Thanksgiving to a degree. You almost have like only 2 to 3 weeks with a real Christmas tree. So for us, with everyone wanting the Christmas tree to go up so early so they can enjoy it longer, it's so much easier to just have a fake tree.
Yeah.
So, and then with kids too, we always use the plastic ones, the plastic ornaments, so that they can't break them.
Yeah.
Because now we're finally to the point where the kids don't really mess with the trees. They will a little bit, but not nearly as much. So, but having toddlers and stuff, you don't really.
Want expensive,
Yeah.
heavy glass.
Yeah,
kinda
and we don't
ornaments.
change it out all the time. Like, I know some people every single year they have a new theme for their tree, or they have multiple trees, and it's like, I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Whatever's easy. And half the time, I don't even care what the tree looks like. I'm like, here's the decorations, kids, go nuts.
Yeah.
Because they're going to rearrange it every 5 minutes anyways, especially when they were younger. You know, Thomas would be batting at them and all of the ornaments would fall off and stuff. So it was like, well, what's the point in having this gorgeous tree when the kids are going to rearrange it anyway? So it's like, meh. It's just a fun thing for them. So why not let them enjoy it?
Yeah, we're a fake Christmas tree family, and I'm from Arizona, and like really getting fake Christmas trees isn't a super big thing because there's only like Flagstaff, Arizona to get them, and it's going to be way more expensive
Yeah.
to get them, especially in Arizona. They're not just growing.
Yeah, they have
everywhere.
to ship them in.
Yeah, and it's really hot in Arizona. Even in December, it can still be like
Yeah.
80 degrees sometimes. So
Yep.
Yeah.
it would be hard to keep it alive. But I do love the smell of a real
I do
Christmas
too.
tree. That's my favorite
do
part.
too.
But I always get the little pine cones that they sell around this time of year
Yeah,
that
yeah.
smell like cinnamon.
Yeah.
And that's what we do for our tree to make it smell like
That's
something.
cute.
Yeah,
And the other
stick some in
day,
there.
we moved the location of where we put our Christmas tree because we've been moving stuff in our house around. And our mistake was we put it next to a window. And we have 2 cats. One of
Oh,
them I
no.
rescued from Nita's barn. And she's a barn cat in nature.
Technically.
And we left one of the blinds open because they like to sit in the window and look out. And I didn't think of the tree being right there. And we came downstairs one morning, and luckily we had a bookshelf, but it was kind of tipped over. And I'm like, I wonder who did that. So yeah, I think plastic tree, because if it fell over, it's not going to really do any damage to
Exactly.
itself. But a real tree, and I think cats would go crazier over a real tree trying to actually climb in it.
Yeah.
They're more feral when it's like something real.
Plus the water that spills out the bottom.
Oh my goodness, yeah,
Makes
it
that
would be a
really
mess.
lights, not
And I have
good.
carpet in my
Yeah.
living room, so that would just be even worse.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Okay, here's another fun one. Does your family like to open presents on Christmas Eve or actually on Christmas morning?
Well, again, with Joe and everything, Christmas Day is relative. / Christmas
Well,
Eve.
he's a December baby.
No, that's
So-
true, but in some ways it doesn't even matter. But since we've been working for Skywatch / doing Skywatch, we usually try to take like the whole week off of Christmas anyways.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to get the most out of it. So let's like do it the day after, basically, that we break for Christmas break,
Right.
and so we can enjoy it all week.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So usually we'll open our Christmas presents and stuff a few days before Christmas. So sometimes it'll be closer to the 21st or the 22nd or something like that. So it just kind of depends on how Christmas lands and when the Christmas break lands and things like that. So he never wants to fully wait until Christmas, because the kids still have the anticipation, you know. So
Yeah.
it's not like we're taking away by not opening on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. But usually, one of the other traditions, though, that we always do is I always get the kids a new pair of pajamas to wear the night before we open presents. And occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally we might do like the stockings on a Christmas Eve or the night
Yeah,
before we
wait.
open
Yeah.
the presents. And then the next day, then we just do presents or whatever. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, for Joe, it's not about the actual Christmas day. It's about the Christmas break and so he wants to enjoy it the entirety of the time. So
And does your family do one present at a time, or is it just free for all? Everybody's
no,
ripping
it's
stuff open?
it's a one at a time deal. So
Okay.
a lot of times what we'll do in my house is somebody will give a gift to everybody in the room, and then we all wait and then go down. And then once everybody's done opening, then we do another round. So that's
fun.
kind of how we do it. But
Pretty much the same.
yeah,
Just we like to do it one at a time, and
Yeah. It's more fun almost to see what other people got
it is.
Yeah.
than to like just open all your presents at once.
well, you figure that you only get
It
to
takes
do this-
longer, but
Well,
it's fun, or
Yeah.
it's more meaningful.
Yeah. Well, like you said, if you do it like closer into your time off,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to take that extra time because it's not going to happen again for a whole entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
I
if
want
gifts
the
have like
best.
explanations, like I got you this gift because
Right.
XYZ,
Yeah.
have the time to explain it.
Right. It to me feels a little more intimate if you.
Yeah, it's more personal.
Yeah, personal.
Plus,
And
you
I-
make more memories and stuff too with it in a lot of ways. Plus, then it makes the kids not just go into this frenzy mode where where's the next gift, next gift, next gift, next gift, and then they can't even appreciate
Yeah.
what they're actually getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My family, we usually opened them on Christmas Eve because a lot of times my mom had to work on Christmas and she always worked like 6 to 2 shifts.
yeah,
And so we would do it like the day before so that,
she could have more time.
yeah, we would do like the one gift at a time. Or maybe like, because I only have one sister, so we don't have like a really big
Sure.
family. Like she'll open all her gifts, but we watch her. And then I'll
Gotcha.
open all my gifts and my mom, like, we just
I
kind of go down the
gotcha.
line, which that is fun too. But it just depends on the year and like
Yeah.
what's going on and what age we were too whenever it would happen.
Yeah, because my
So-
kids love giving gifts too. Funnily enough, they really enjoy doing that. Like even last night, laying in bed with Thomas, he's like, "Mom, I want to go buy Christmas presents for everybody."
Aw.
I'm like, "Oh, well, we'll have to see. So we'll go maybe to the Dollar Tree and we
Yeah.
can pick out something for everybody." But, they like doing that. So sometimes, like at our family one too, well, at both family ones, the big, everybody's there, and then the one just at my house, but Kate will buy, presents for her siblings, and so will Nita. And then, like, if we take Becca to do the Dollar Tree or Thomas, then they each get to pass out their gifts,
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
too.
It's good.
And then they get to watch people
Exactly.
open.
That's
So,
what I was going to say. Is I love what you're teaching them is the gift of giving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just listening to I caught the tail end of a radio program the other day as I was driving to one of my appointments, and they were talking about what it does to the chemicals in your body and in your brain when you give.
Gotcha.
It really is better to give
Yeah.
because of the things it does, not just mentally and psychologically, but physically.
Sure.
Yeah.
All of those things we're designed to give. That's why God says it's better to give
Yeah.
than to receive. Most people say, no, gimme, gimme. But not really. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, when you look at it from that point of view, it is better to give. And I love the fact that these kids at a very young age are being taught to give
Yeah.
and also to appreciate the receiving
Yeah.
and not to go taking it for granted because, man, you have so much to be thankful for if you never had Christmas. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So just that. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, me and my husband Dakota, we have different love languages, but one of them that we both share is gift giving to each other. And so, yeah, the Christmas day, like, I care about what he gets me, but I more so am like, I can't wait for him to.
See what you got him.
Yeah, and we don't have kids yet or anything, so it's really hard for us, too, to stick to the until Christmas thing. Even with birthdays, you're like, are you sure you don't want this? He's like, my birthday's not for a month. I'm like, yeah, but you would like it now.
Are you sure you want to wait?
Yeah, and I've already given him some Christmas gifts because I'm like, I don't want to wrap it, and it's something you might want now than waiting. So, yeah, we're always bad about that. And then by the time Christmas comes, it's like you have one present left.
Right.
But we usually wait for stockings at least until like Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. But yeah, it's always hard to wait.
Plus, it makes it more spontaneous sometimes, too,
Yeah.
whereas so many families are so rigid about everything
Yeah.
and their traditions, and it has to be a certain way or whatever. So I think having some of that freedom to do kind of whatever you want. And the kids always know. So, I mean, they still have traditions. It just might not be in the same way that other people do it, where it has to be on Christmas Eve and it has to be on Christmas Day or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it just makes it more fun, in my opinion, to be able to do that. Well, we are all out of time again, but I hope and pray that you guys have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy your time with your family. And I know, again, that it can be extremely chaotic, but just try to take some intentional time to calm down and not be so stressed out, because it can be so stressful during this time. It's the happiest time and the most stressful time. So just remember to take a little bit of time away for your own sanity and breathe and enjoy your time with your family, because you never know if it's the last one that you'll have, or it might be you get another 50 years, but you just never know. So make the most of every memory and be intentional about it. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week in the Simply His Coffee Shop.